guys, this is Crystal Rose Guidance and I am Holly, and we are going to take a look and see about the person on your mind. Now this is going to be a no contact edition. I have a close friend of mine that's been pushing for this reading for a while, and I quit doing these because I do feel like that if you aren't in a good headspace, that these readings can really tend to hold you back. They can tend to bring up some issues and some things that you are in the process of healing from. So with that being said, please use your own discernment here, okay? These readings are always meant to be helpful, never hurtful in any way. You really need to use your own discernment and what you're ready to hear. And if you feel like that this reading is going to in any way, shape, or form hold you back from any of the healing that you've done, please by all means use your discernment and possibly go in a different direction, look for a different reading, maybe perhaps something that you need to hear, something of, the future or moving ahead. Just please keep that in mind, okay? I really want you guys to be in a good place, and that does take your own discernment when you're listening to, free tarot readings here on YouTube, okay? So please, 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 please keep that in mind. Okay. With that being said, we are going to start here with the Magical Spirit Oracles. This is a new deck that I just got. I'm kind of excited about it. So we're only going to do 3 piles just because these do consist of a lot of different types of energies in the reading. We'll look at your energy and this person's energy. We'll also get some message cards and, of course, advice. Okay, so let's see pile 1. Pile 2, I'll turn these over once I get them all out, and pile 3. Okay, so pile 1, y'all have number 1, there is a reason you have those dreams. The Mystic, Intuition, High Priestess, and Visionary. Okay, pile 2, y'all have number 35, You Are So Brave to Keep on Going the Way That You Do. The Forbidden Forest, Bravery, Persistence, and Redemption. Okay. Pile 3, you have number 43, Just Let Me Be. Liberation, Free Spirit, Wild, and Authentic. All right, guys. So with that being said, timestamps for everything are going to be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1, so if you chose number 1, there is a reason that you have those dreams. The Mystic, Intuition, High Priestess, and Visionary. Okay, so some of y'all may be having dreams of this person and you're trying to put that together. You're trying to understand why. You may be trying to, you may have some kind of vision of what exactly you see when it comes to this connection, or maybe what was, and you're trying to figure out like the reason behind things. And I think this comes out a lot in your dreams because it could be a lot in your subconscious where you're really searching for those answers. With that being said, though, I also feel like that it's almost like your mind is trying to make itself up. You're trying to make up your mind here about maybe perhaps the reason behind everything when it comes to this person. So we are talking about no contact here. And please go listen to the intro if you didn't, because I do put kind of a disclaimer out there about these types of readings. So just make sure that you are in a well-balanced place when you come to readings like this. My intentions are never to keep you stuck in any situation. They're also not to prevent you from healing from something. So you really need to know where you are when it comes to this person and what you're ready to hear and what you're not. Okay, so discernment is very important. With that being said, I do see a couple of different things here for me. Of course, you have the sun. So you're searching for that clarity, the reason behind things here. You have the clouds there, so that's representing to me a state of kind of resting and thinking about things, trying to search for those answers, but also being a little bit confused. There's a little confusion there. There's sadness here as well. There's transformation, though, in how you've seen things or how you see things versus how you once did. But I also feel like there's a little bit of unhappiness here, perhaps how things have settled or how things are. And for some of you, there's like some sort of wish or some sort of desire for something to change or transform in some kind of way here. I also feel like you're trying to really listen to your intuition. You're really like going deep into your psyche and trying to find like the reason behind things or the answers. And I think whenever you lay yourself down at night, that's when you go to that dream state, when all that subconscious is kind of coming out and you're really searching, in your dreams to figure out what everything means and what everything is and put it all together to make sense. And this could be why you're dreaming of this person if that's the case. Okay. I just saw the Five of Cups in reverse. And so with this reasoning and with this trying to see you clearly and understand, it's because I think that you're trying to move on from some things. You could be questioning that as well, if you should move on. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. You're trying to decide, like, what's the fate of something in a way, like, how is something going to be? Oh, that song just came to my head. I like it when songs pop in my head. I get excited. So that song, How's It Gonna Be? If y'all know that song, it's an old song, but I'm a 90s baby, so actually 80-ish. Anyway, I remember listening to that when I was a kid a lot, but who's that by? But it's How's It Gonna Be? And it talks about how's it gonna be when you don't know me anymore, so that could be something that you're thinking about. You have the Cancer energy here with the Chariot. As far as your thoughts go, this is supposed to represent your thoughts here. So when it comes to your thinking, you're thinking about, what do I need to do here? What's for my highest good here? What do I need to do for the highest good of the situation? This is also about traveling. It's about which direction that you're moving in, and trying to have faith here over fear of a situation. So tell me about how you feel about this person at this time, Pile 1. Yeah, the Ten of Swords in reverse. This really feels like you're trying to recover, you're wanting to recover. You're trying to recover, you're wanting to heal. We'll see to what extent when I get some clarifiers for these. Tell me about what your actions are. You have a Six of Wands in reverse. To me, that's being a little bit unclear about perhaps resolution or recognizing what to do in the situation. And again, that could be whether or not to move on from this, leave things kind of the way that they are. If you should just kind of get over this and let it go. I think there's a little bit of lack of clarity here. Now that song just keeps playing in my head. Okay, so let's see about your person, and then we'll come back and get some clarifiers. Tell me about, hold that thought, guys. I'm sorry. I just realized something. I meant to pull a certain deck out and I missed it. Okay, so sorry for that pause, guys. I meant to pull a mini deck to use as clarifiers in this reading and spaced like the King of Swords in reverse, and that I just saw and completely forgot. Okay, so let me give these one more shuffle here. Now we're going to get into your person's energies. Just take a quick peek and see kind of where they are. Tell me about Pile 1's person. What is Pile 1's person thinking about them at this time? You have a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is somebody that's trying to move on from some things. This is somebody that's trying to maybe also, either they're feeling like they've gotten out of some sort of loss or lack mentality, or they've recovered. This could be financially even, like recovering from something. With that Five of Pentacles being Pentacles, but it can also be like when you're kind of sitting in a place where you feel like you don't have, like you're missing someone or something, and you feel like you don't have what it is that you need. This person's coming out of that, so they're starting to kind of feel better. And for some of you, this could have to just do within their lives in general, you know, even though we are talking about what they're thinking about you. Oh, the Eight of Cups just came out in reverse. So it's showing me like this person may have not gotten over this completely emotionally. There's still some kind of emotional attachment here, but I feel like this person has gotten better at how they feel about where things are. Like the Five of Pentacles is like, well, I'm not completely recovered, but I'm doing better. That kind of feeling is there. Okay. So tell me about what are they feeling? There's some changes in their energy that are going on at this time as well. What is Pile 1's person feeling about them? Yeah, the Ace of Swords in reverse. There is still like a lack of clarity here. Or a lack of you know, being able to see things clearly, being able to communicate something here as well. This is, the Ace of Swords is kind of like when you don't know, which is kind of what I said in that song. How's it going to be when you don't know me anymore? So this person, there's may have been some time that's gone by here. This person may feel like they don't know things or they don't know the truth, which was kind of in your energy here in this card. And for some of you, you may feel like you resonate more with this other side as well. Tell me about, they may feel like that perhaps you were either, only take this if it resonates, okay, obviously. You may have been dishonest with them, or they just maybe don't know the truth about the situation or don't understand it. Tell me about the, they may feel like they just don't understand what happened, what went wrong. Tell me about the actions. What are Pile 1's person's actions? You have the Moon, so there's that confusion again. It almost feels like, it almost kind of feels like this person's been sitting in a place of confusion or a lack of clarity. With the Moon, that's Pisces, Cancer there, and that Five of Pentacles in reverse. This person feels, in their energy, feels like they've kind of sat in a place of darkness and have had to kind of, you know, find the light. So I feel like this person's better with that Five of Pentacles in reverse. But I feel like there's still a lot of things that this person is in a place of confusion and unknown. Does that make sense? What's the connecting energy between, you may know some kind of truth or have some kind of information that you know this person doesn't have. Like you're gatekeeping something here, you know? Okay, what's the connecting energy between, what's the connecting, that is not going to resonate with everybody, that message. What's the connecting energy of thoughts between Pile 1 and their person? The Devil in reverse. See, you're both in a place of where you're releasing something at this time. That's why these changes are taking place. This is Capricorn energy here. I also feel like the two of you no longer see something as maybe being as toxic or toxic. There's a release of obsession or fear or some kind of toxicity of how you see the situation or how you see things that's going on. And it's very different energies here. Okay. The way that is. It's the Nine of Cups in reverse. So in your emotions here, the connection between the two of you, this is showing me that neither one of you are kind of happy about how things are. You know what's so funny about this is that in your energy, you have the Ten of Swords, which is the ending. And then in their energy, they have the Ace of Swords, which is a beginning. So both in reverse with that Nine of Cups. And so that's telling me neither one of y'all are happy about where you are or where things are. But on your side, I think it's more focused on where things are at this time, because you're focused on more of the ending of things and perhaps even this resurrection or recovery of that. This person's more focused on a new beginning, moving in a new direction, but yet there's still a lack of clarity there, and there's unhappiness around that. So tell me about the actions for the connecting energy between the two of them for pile 1. You have the 7 of Pentacles. So there's this feeling here of two people just kind of waiting. You know, I definitely picked up that here on your person's side with the moon. Obviously, it's kind of when you just kind of sit in the illusion or sit in a state of confusion, you know. But on your side here with the 6 of Wands in reverse, I think there's a lack of, as far as actions of what to do about the situation or what to do in this situation. You know, the 6 of Wands represents taking action, but there's a lack of knowing if something would work out or if something would be successful or not. So the reason that you're not doing anything about this or you're not moving in any kind of directions is because you don't know if you would be successful in that or not. It may actually be extreme. It could be either things would work out, or it could be that on the flip side it could make it worse. And so that could be another reason that you're kind of sitting in this place, because he's on the white horse. So it's like coming in and saving the day. When it's in reverse, it's not so much. So you're both in this place of, because of that, and your person being in this moon space, you're both in this place of kind of waiting to see something on your side, waiting to see some kind of direction, like clarity of how things could be for the better or go in that direction and taking action in that direction. And your person's on this side of waiting, kind of being in this moon energy, just being in the dark of the situation. I think it's weird because I feel like this person's kind of made home there. So that means they may have been in the dark here for a while, or in this place of illusion here for quite some time. How does your, hold on, 6 of Cups in reverse. Actually, I'm going to take it anyways because I was thinking it. I was asking, how does your person see you? And the 6 of Cups in reverse is saying this is somebody that you share a lot of either history with, you have a lot of memories with. This is something that this person thinks about. With that 6 of Cups being in reverse, it's kind of like when you have share a lot of good memories with somebody, but there's something emotionally that has triggered or offset that in some way. So now when you think about those good memories, it's attached to something that's happened. And it kind of makes it sad to think about instead of happy to think about. That's how your person is seeing you. And to be honest, it's a sad kind of energy. Okay. There also may be something to do with a gift or giving or gift giving or something to do with that there. We'll see when we get clarifiers. Okay, so tell me about how, hold on. I'm going to see what that is real quick. It's the Tower's there in reverse. You have the 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. Your person may have had some sort of expectation or was expecting something here. There's something to do with holding on to something, like waiting. You know, the 3 of Wands, like waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for something to happen. But there's this 4 of Pentacles. I don't know if this person has been waiting for you, or if there was some kind of expectation here. with that Tower in reverse, whatever it was, that didn't play out in the way that it had to do with the Six of Cups in reverse, because that's what we were talking about. It didn't play out in the way this person anticipated, and because of that, the Tower here in reverse, this person's kind of picking up the pieces, or was left to pick up the pieces in some kind of way. I don't know what that means to you guys, but let's see. How are you seeing this person? Pile 1, how do you see this person at this time? The Four Swords, see? This is what I'm feeling here with your card, because you have these 4 clouds that are here, which there's actually 6, but you can't hardly see the other 2. Those are the ones that pointed out to me when I looked over there. 6 swords would mean that you would be getting to a calmer place, but 4 swords is here of how you see this person. So you may feel as if this person's in a state of like resting or recovering. They could be in a place of where they're not really taking any kind of action, or if they were upset at some point, they've kind of like chilled about that. Or if they were, this is like when you see somebody that's reevaluating the circumstances or what's going on, and that's how you see them. They're being very quiet, kept to themselves even. Okay. What's the overall energy here for pile 1? What's the overall energy? You have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So there is this like separation that's here of 2 people that have had such a close connection. So this 3 of Cups, this may have started off as a friendship, or there's like deep roots here. The 3 of Cups is when you have that emotional support there as well from someone, and that takes a lot of, it takes longevity. It takes getting to really know someone and building that trust. So for some of you, you may have had already like ties to this person, or have built like a trust in this person in some way. And so with this being in reverse, this is what you're missing, or what you're separating from, is, you lost somebody that was valuable to you emotionally, someone that knew you, or, you may have even had this kind of intuitive connection with one another, where you kind of understood each other, how each other is. You may have felt similar to this other person and how internally they felt about things, So there's like this intuitive connection that's there. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. This is the Tarot's Journey I'm going to use. Yes, these are longer readings. These are kind of representing the you and thems that I do for personal readings, which I will be opening back up to personal readings here, and then hopefully the next week. There's the Tower again. That's Scorpio, by the way. Okay, so let's see the Chariot. Tell me about the Chariot for pile 1 and how they're thinking about this person with the Chariot. You have Judgment, so trying to make that judgment call. That's Scorpio energy, which I just mentioned. And the Empress in reverse. So to me, I don't know where to put this. To me, this is trying to, then that's Libra and Taurus. This is trying to make a judgment call on what you want to, what you want to manifest, what you want to grow, what direction that you should take. And literally in this judgment, there's the same person, and there's 2 different directions. And there's that eye again, like you're trying to see something clearly here of which direction to go. You have that World in the middle, which is representing change, or the end, or a new beginning. With that Empress there, you could see this person as a divine counterpart, or see them as, I kind of get that feeling, even though we don't really have any counterparts out here. We do have the 6 of Cups with that 3 of Cups. To me, that There's your 9 cups right there in the middle of your spread. This may be somebody that you felt like, now I feel sad. This feels like somebody that you may have felt really comfortable around, or made you feel really good, made you feel really happy. You know, you have a lot of good memories that you share with this person. That's something that's there. Hold on just one second. Hey, you leave that frog alone. Get your rear in here. Come on. Come on. Either come in here. Leave that frog alone. We'll go then. Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. My cat was tormenting a frog, and couldn't let that happen. But frogs do represent transformation. They also represent taking a leap, you know. That might be a sign for somebody. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Why is the 10 of Swords here for pile 1, as far as how they're seeing this person, how they feel about this person? How do they feel about this person with the 10 of Swords in reverse? You have Strength. Leo energy. So you may feel like this person's really internally strong. Or they could be somebody that you see as being very strong-willed. There's something else that's there. Give me a clarifier for that. The 8 of Cups in reverse. I feel like that you feel this is how you feel about this person. So I feel like you feel very strongly connected to this person. There's an emotional attachment that's here. Especially around that 10 of Swords, it's weighing heavy on you, you know, because of that. The inability to walk away from this person is definitely something that is weighing on you here. I think that there's a need, or you're trying to be emotionally strong, but I think you also see this person in that way. Yeah, Queen of Swords just came out with the Ace of Wands. You may feel like this person is very protective. Also, some of you may be really desiring a reconnection with this person. Okay, tell me about the 6 of Wands in reverse for pile 1's actions towards this person. It's the Ace of Cups. So the desire to reconnect here, this is like basically saying, my cat is still, I'm gonna whoop her little butt. Okay, I'm so sorry. This poor giant frog, it's just having a rough day, and I hopefully made it better. I brought my cat in. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups here. So I really do feel like that you are, if you knew that this would go well, I feel like that you would want to start over or start again here with this person with that Ace of Cups. But the problem is that you don't. You don't think, or you don't know if it would be successful. Clarify Ace of Cups. 2 cards came out. The Sun in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you don't know if this person would be happy to hear from you, or you don't know if, yeah, like I said before, if they would be disappointed. This is also something to do with like facing this disappointment would be heavy. You know, if you reached out to this person and they didn't respond, or they had like a really, you know, heartbreaking response in some kind of way, there's this feeling here of having to sit in that disappointment. And I think emotionally, it's like you don't want to put yourself there. That's Leo energy here again. This feels like if you were rejected here, this would feel terrible, right? And this is something that you don't want. So that's why you're dead set on, if I could move in this direction, or if I knew that I would be successful, I would go towards it, but I don't. And there is love here because the Ace of Cups is here. Okay. All right, let's get some clarifiers for your person. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Let me give this a couple quick shuffles real quick. Just saw the Hangman though, Pisces energy. So some of y'all really may feel like you resonate more with this side, but like I said, only take that if it fits. Okay, tell me about the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Look at these cards. It's the Four of Cups. I wanted to come out so bad. Which is funny, because to me that's like a lower, or a minor compared to the Hanged Man in a way, you know, because it's all about sitting and thinking and reevaluating. Going through some cycles here. That Four of Cups. It's also like a place of being kind of stuck, or being kind of bored, or being kind of complacent, or so if this person has been in a place to where they've been thinking about the past here with you a lot, there's those Three Cups that are here, then I feel like this is someone that's trying to come out of that. You know, this feels like somebody that no longer wants to sit in that energy. Give me a clarifier what that is, that energy is. The Queen of Cups. Cancer energy. So you could be dealing with someone that is carries a lot of emotional capacity with them, and they share a lot of that with others with the Queen of Cups energy. If that's the case, then this is somebody that has emotions here, and this is this person that's kind of stuck on this, stuck on how they feel, and stuck on how they feel particularly with you. This is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about how they feel about you and how they felt about you. And this isn't a negative energy by all means, but this is like somebody that's trying to be okay with that. This is somebody that's kind of trying to be okay with the fact that they still have these emotions or still feel a certain way. You know? Tell me about the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Put this down. Tell me about the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. See, this is somebody that feels like they may not have exactly the understanding or truth or clarity that they want. Maybe even this is about the no communication here. But they do feel like maybe that's part of how things are supposed to happen, or part of fate in some kind of way. This is kind of like allowing time to do what it does and going with the flow of how things are, you know, sitting in that lack of clarity. Tell me about that Wheel of Fortune, please. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. This is where you can't do anything about it. This feels like the Eight of Pentacles is like when you can't put in effort, you can't do anything about the wheel. The wheel's going to spin. It's the wheel of destiny, wheel of fate. You know, it's going to spin the way that it spins. You may not understand it, but there isn't a lot that you can do about it either. This is where this person's trying to settle in. This is about how they feel about you, or the situation. Tell me about the Moon. Yeah, there's a Tower again. Scorpio energy. It's a lot of water down here. So this is telling me that this is somebody that's really been sitting in their emotional self, as far as their actions go. With that Tower, I think this person's kind of having some sort of realization that this is where it stems from. Give me a clarifier for that, though. You have the King of Wands in reverse. That's what I was thinking. I should have said it. Dang it. That's what I was thinking. I think for some of you, this person either wanted you to step up or wanted you to be a certain way, or they are wishing they would have, or this is someone that may have been waiting for you to take some kind of action or do something differently, or this is somebody that's also could be just kind of sitting in this place of where they're thinking about the fact that you may not represent who they thought you represented. It may be a certain way. Like when we realize certain things about people that we love and we care about, but we also are acknowledging that they are a certain way, and sometimes that can be hurtful and upsetting, and that's something that I'm feeling here. But sitting in that's what she's doing with that tower. She's sitting in this realization that she may never know, or nothing may ever happen, or things may never get any different from where they are. So let's see what the connecting energies are. Tell me about the Devil in reverse for the connecting thoughts. Yeah, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Can you clarify that for me, please? Look, there's the Knight of Cups again in reverse. Being unhappy, you're both thinking about how unhappy you are about how things went the way they did. And I think both of you have some kind of regrets about the actions that were taken. There's disappointments here on both parts, not only about the other person, but about yourselves in some way. There's some self-awareness that's going on here at this time. That's why there's this shift or change that I feel. Tell me about the Nine of Cups in reverse for how one's connecting feelings. The Knight of Swords. Tell me about that. Clarify. And the Ten of Pentacles. So there's this unhappiness around. I feel like it has to do with the actions that were taken, and how things sit now or where things are now. Being unhappy. It's not the way that you wanted things to be. That's why there's this unhappiness. I think each of you saw this longevity or stability here with this Ten of Pentacles. Or there's this long-standing relationship like we talked about here. So with that Knight of Swords, and you're not unhappy about, you're feeling like you're not happy with the actions that were taken or the way that things are now. With that Knight of Swords, there's a need or a call for communication or action or something to change here in order to get to a happier place or a better place. But that's not saying that that's going to happen. It's just saying that that's what you both feel. Like wishing things were different, right? You have that King of Cups that just popped out in reverse. Yeah. I just think that you're both unstable emotionally, or to me, it's this person's trying to get to that stable place. But I feel like that there's like this doesn't settle well with either of you, but I just feel like that this person, you're more in an action-oriented energy than they are. There you go. This person is more in a place here to where they're trying to just kind of settle. That's what they're doing with all these cards. They're just kind of settling in this chaos that's going on around them, in this emotional and maybe physical kind of feeling of chaos. They're just kind of settling for the way that it is. I think emotionally you may have more influence here in some way as far as action goes, but like I said, you may resonate more from this side. You could be also dealing with a water sign here, because now you have the King and Queen of Cups out. So Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. You have a lot of that here on your person's side too. Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles as far as connecting energies as far as actions go. Well, that's no action, by the way. That's just kind of sitting and waiting. You have a Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords in reverse. This is like waiting for something to kind of heal itself. That's what this feels like. Just waiting for something to kind of just heal on its own. But both being in a place of the Five of Pentacles. So even despite your person's efforts here, I think you're both in a place to where you still don't feel, there's still this missing energy. There's still this lack energy that's here, regardless, as far as actions go. It's almost feeling kind of like your person's kind of waited on you, and you've kind of waited on this person, perhaps, or you're more in a, like I said, on this side anyways, it's more of an action-oriented energy. But not being able to see, again, the outcome is what's keeping you here, you know? Not wanting to make things worse is also part of what's keeping you here. This would be like when you really want to reach out to somebody, but you feel like you're just going to get disappointed, so you just kind of stay and you don't, you know. This is like kind of in a place for some of you, and this won't resonate for everybody, but this Three of Swords with that Five of Pentacles is almost in a place to where you're just kind of like waiting in this waiting period. There's forgiveness that's taking place individually, and it's for how things are. It's also for like feeling like the lack that's here is causing you to want to kind of forgive or forget, you know, kind of that feeling is here. I said want to, right? I know I always get some people in the comments like, I'm not going to forgive them for X, Y, and Z. Well, don't. If that's your prerogative. You do you, right? Okay. What's the overall energy here? The Queen of Swords. You also have the Moon in reverse there. The King of Swords. Look at that. There's the Queen again, upright, and the King in reverse, and the Three of Wands, and the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Both of y'all, in some way, shape, or form, are holding on to each other. Are holding on to the hoping that things will get better, or you'll get to a calmer place with one another. But there's just this waiting. That's this waiting that's taking place. With this Moon being in reverse, things are being revealed, which is funny because y'all have the Dream card. And here it is again, with that Moon being in reverse and that King and Queen of Swords opposite of each other here. Things are being revealed to you that are trying to get you to better understand the situation. And I feel like it could have to do with understanding how one of you are, let's say, feeling more, both of you, I guess, are feeling kind of more secure about where you stand as far as what you understand. But I also feel like with the King of Swords being in reverse, if this is you or this is on your side, this could be as if you're still holding some things back. And I mentioned that earlier with them having that Ace of Swords there. Like there's some truths or something that you still may be kind of holding back here. Even if you were to communicate to this person, there's something that's here that's still not being expressed in some way. And this person may kind of pick up on that or know that. It's that Moon being in reverse can also be about breaking silence. So who's going to break the silence here? You know? And both waiting on each other. not being happy with how things are, but yet still holding on to one another, hoping to get into a calmer place, but not knowing what to do. And there you have the Lovers. I think it's the connection. It feels like it's the connection that's so hard to get past or move on past because of this Three of Cups and the Six of Cups being there. Okay, so we're going to get some messages from this person. Okay, let's see. What would this person, for pile 1 that they came to the reading for, what would this person say to pile 1? What would this person say to pile 1? Habits. I don't know if we'll ever change. This person may feel like that you always repeat the same cycle. Absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. What would this person say? Inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. So you could be at a distance from this person, or this could just be talking about the separation itself. Values. We have too many differences. What else would this person say? And broken. I feel shattered about the situation. Yeah, that's the same energy as picking up on. Secrets is here. And damage. This person may feel like that you weren't honest with them about some things, or you weren't being honest, and that's what caused some damage here. And you could feel the same way about this person perhaps, but what would you say to this person, pile 1, if you could say anything? You have overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. Guilty. Yeah, that's what I just got done mentioning. I feel the pain from the damage that I've caused. So there's a clarifier if, depending on what side of this you're on, you know. I don't know why a hot air balloon may be important, but for some reason for me it's just standing out. Maybe be a sign for you. Sometimes after the reading you'll see something and it will be like, oh yeah, and then it'll bring you back to the reading and you'll feel connected to it more. You have daydreaming here. I'm always longing for you. There's that dreamy energy. Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. You may have felt that way, you know, with this person. You may have felt like you couldn't make up your mind about what you wanted here. Or this could be now, as far as, like we talked about, taking action, being indecisive. And regret. I wish this never happened. See? Broken. Look at the way these two people are looking. It's so similar. I feel shattered about this, and I wish this never would have happened. You're both in that energy. That's what this is right here in the middle of your spread. Let's see what the connecting energies would be. So this would be how both of you feel as far as your thoughts. Reveal. I want to tell you the truth. So there's a want to communicate. There's a want for purity or honesty or expression that's here between the two of you. That's what you're thinking about. And it could have to do with you being overwhelmed and this person feeling like you always kind of repeat the same scenario. Tell me about the connecting energies for pile 1 for feelings. They're both feeling unsatisfied. That's the 9 of Cups in reverse. That's why I'm laughing. I wasn't happy the way things were going. So that's something here is neither one of you may have been happy with the foundation of the connection or how things were, the direction that things were moving in. It could also have to do with the communication or the actions between the both of you. Like neither one of you were happy with each other's actions or communication. And that could be what it was, the root cause perhaps of everything. Whoa. Time could be part of that. Because apparently that just needed to come out. Not having enough time for one another, or time just being relevant. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. That's another part of this as well. But that could be the dissatisfaction here. Maybe you didn't get to spend enough time with this person, or you felt, or that was different for both of you, or there's just been a lot of time that's gone by here even. Okay, sorry, I got stuck on looking at these pictures. If I put this in this way, look at it. Look at the way she is looking at him, and she's got her box of tissues there. Anyway, tell me about the actions. What are the connecting actions as far as pile 1 goes? The connecting actions for the connection for actions. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So both of you may have taken actions in this connection or in this relationship, particularly the end of it, because that's where that 3 of Swords sits and that 5 of Pentacles. And that's also mentioned here as well, being upset about how things are or how things ended. So both of you may have let your pride kind of get the best of you here of how you reacted when it comes to how you took action here with one another. Anything else that, is there anything else that pile 1's person wants to say here that they haven't got that chance? Is there anything else that pile 1's person wants to say to pile 1? Anything else at all? Conversation. This person wants to have some kind of conversation with you. I want to call you and hear your voice. Or this could be just what they're waiting for or waiting on. That's interesting. Bottom of the decks, yeah, see? Soul tie. I'll always feel connected to you. This is what I was talking about with this here. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do for advice is I'm actually going to read the card that y'all chose here, the Mystic, from the book. And it is semi-long. Oh, actually, y'all's is not. Well, kind of. Okay. The affirmation here is, I trust that I am a powerful visionary. It's on number 12, page number 12, which is actually the Hanged Man in Tarot. So, okay. You're a mystic. Stop doubting your insights, visions, and dreams. Your magic and intuition are on a rise. You are more powerful right now than you might think. Trust that there is a reason that you have been given these things at this time. A hidden layer just beneath the surface will soon appear. Take special note of any visions, particularly night dreams, night desires, or night life goals, or simply random ideas that you'd like to take action on. See, I feel like, and y'all could, like I said several times, you may resonate with this side. There's action-oriented energy on this side, though. So if you're getting those thoughts, coming to you, then yeah, that's pushing you, in a way. Have you had any recently? Ponder or pay attention. Perhaps there's one or more coming. You are a strong portal of connection. It's time to take a closer look within. And when you do, don't invalidate yourself. Believe, take inspired action, and heed the signs. There are omens pointing you the way. Patterns, signs, and repetitive themes. Observe, allow, and listen. Spirit says, go deeper and be bold in your endeavors. Trust the dreams and desires that you're inspired by. There's a reason that they're yours. You have magic within and are capable of divine insight. Trust in that, and your intuition will grow and deepen every time that you do. Every relationship grows with trust and consistency. Your connection to the magic is no different. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's get some initials. All right. I'm actually going to do a double take here. We're going to get some initials, but I'm also going to grab some from the newer container. Okay, because this one has a lot more charms, I feel like. All right, you do have this is the rose quartz. It's wrapped. It used to be a pendulum, but it broke. So that just represents like the 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Rose quartz is good for healing. So this whole thing, I feel like, has obviously taught you something about yourself. And there is you know, you have blossomed here. You have changed. I think this person has too. Whatever's gone on here has caused some changes. Even if there's this heartbreak that's here, there's still been some positive changes out of that when it comes to yourself and your self-awareness. Okay. So you have loving is easy. Yeah. Or it should be. You know, here things have, I feel like, may have gotten pretty difficult. Life is tough, but so are you. Maybe life has got tough here. Maybe that's what happened here between the two of you. You kind of went through some things. You know, when you're in a relationship and one person's going through some things and the other person still has other things, you know, it's just kind of like how you deal with things together is like what builds the relationship. But if somebody's not identifying that, or you're not like a team in that in some kind of way, it can really devastate the relationship. Okay, so we also have the black cat here with the new moon. So again, that's a sign of your own intuition and listening to the signs that you see, the patterns that you see, synchronicities that you see. You have a K, a Y, a Z, a T, and a Q. And that's it. I don't know why YouTube could be important, but YT is there, so pointing it out. All right. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being here. I really hope this helps. Y'all keep an eye out on my community page because I'm going to post some new exciting information I'm really excited about, as well as putting out more opening up to personal readings. So if you're interested in that, please keep an eye out for that. And thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope this helps. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, pile 2. So if you chose number 35 here, you are so brave to keep on going the way that you do. The Forbidden Forest. Bravery, persistence, and redemption. Okay, so this is like going into a whole nother portal. You know, she's going in a whole nother direction there. Okay, so what we're going to do now, as far as these no contact readings, please, I recommend you listen to the intro at the very beginning. I do put out kind of a disclaimer about these no contact readings. Just make sure that you're in a well-balanced place when you come to readings like this. You know, my intention here is just to always make y'all feel better leaving the situation, or at least maybe have some kind of awareness that you didn't have before in some way, or your intuition feels like it's in a good place, you know, from what you've been thinking. So it's just, y'all just, please use your discernment there, okay? Please, please, please. All right, this is the Light Seers Tarot, and we're going to use this. First, we're going to take a look into your person's energy, and well, actually, we're going to take a look into your energy. Then we'll look into your person's energy, and then we'll get connecting energies as well. I'll get some clarifiers with the mini tarot for that. And we'll also get some message cards. After that, we'll go towards advice. The advice that we're going to get in this reading is going to be from your card that you chose here. We're going to read from the Magical Spirit Oracle book. Okay. So stick around for that. It's always interesting to see how the card that you chose goes with the advice after the reading's over and done with, you know. Okay, one more shuffle here. Just feel good if I get one more shuffle in. Okay, let's take a look at your energy first here. Pile 2. Pile 2. 35 or 35. 53. That could be significant for some reason for some of you. Tell me about pile 2. What is pile 2 currently? I just saw the Empress. What is pile 2 currently thinking about their person at this time? What are they currently thinking about their person at this time for pile 2? You have the Chariot in reverse. Interesting enough, that came out in one of the other piles in a different position. Same card to first come out, though. It's crazy. That's Cancer energy. Sometimes in these readings, if you pick up on one reading, but you feel kind of drawn to another pile a little bit, it can be that that other pile is your person's point of view or perspective. So keep that in mind. That happens. So as far as what you're thinking about this person, this kind of feels like an energy of you may be somewhat afraid of what is going to happen here, or you feel as if you don't have any control in this situation in some way, shape, or form. So tell me about what are your feelings towards your person, pile 2. What is pile 2's feelings towards their person? Judgment in reverse. Scorpio energy. This is interesting feeling, actually. It feels like you don't have any control over the situation. It does feel like there may be a lot of outside circumstances here that may be influencing this no contact here in some way too, or somehow or another there's some influence from others. Maybe judgment around others. But you may also feel like this person, perhaps, because this is how you feel about them, you may feel like they don't make the best decisions, or they made a bad judgment call, perhaps. So let's keep going. What are your actions towards your person, pile 2? What are your actions towards your person? Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so this feels like you're not acting at all. This is Libra energy, and this really feels like that your actions are no actions. And I think that you may be somewhat upset with this person as well. This whole card here about bravery, persistence, and redemption, you may feel like you're in recovery state, and you may still feel somewhat angry towards this person, perhaps. It could be about the decision that they made. You may feel like they made a bad decision or a bad judgment call here. They may have been listening to others, or this could be how you feel too, is you made a bad choice when it comes to this person. You did something here that was not for your highest good, and now there's this repercussion of that. So as far as, maybe you feel like you fell for this person in some way, and now you're having that backlash that's coming from it. Again, I do feel like there's a lot of logistics going on here in some way, shape, or form, but let's keep going. Okay, so what about your person? How is your person? Pile 2, how is your person currently feeling, thinking, actions about you? Pile 2, how is their person currently thinking about them? You have the 7 of Wands in reverse. So this just feels like somebody that's kind of either they're overly defensive or they're just giving up altogether. It's either one or the other. So it's like at times this person may be somewhat overly defensive, or like you can't even hardly get through to this person at all because they're so defensive about something. And at other times it's like they don't care at all. So tell me about, you may feel that way too. You both may feel that with each other about the circumstances. This feels like a connection that you may still be in contact with this person in some way. Even though this is a no contact reading, it may be that you're definitely not having open dialogue here. Not in the healthy way anyway. Tell me about pile 2's person. What are they currently feeling for pile 2? The Lovers in reverse. It's funny because that is actually a card of choice, and in reverse it's like you're not seeing each other in alignment, like you're in alignment with each other. So this person may have also felt like that they made a bad decision or a bad choice, either pertaining to this connection. Like this feels like the both of you are mad at each other. It also feels like the both of you are in a disagreement here while I'm tapping into this reading, but because these are some pretty harsh energies. And no, I've had this deck for years. They're not all reversed. And no, I don't turn my cards upright. I like them to hold characters. Like every card to me has a different personality, and that's built through the readings. And so I don't, wipe it out every time. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to explain myself. But that's what I'm feeling from your person with this 7 of Wands in reverse. It's like this feeling of needing to explain themselves, like defend themselves. But with their feelings, they feel like the two of you don't, like, there's differences here between you, or the two of you just do not align in some way. Gemini energy. So what are their actions towards you? What are their actions towards you? What are their actions towards you? The Two of Wands in reverse. This person's not, this is an indecisive energy. This could have to do with travel here as well. So this person could be in a place to where, again though, this can also be like making a bad decision or going down the wrong path, you know. As far as actions go, I feel like this person feels like if they were to act in some kind of way, that it wouldn't end well. Like if they were to act in some sense, that would be the wrong choice or wrong decision. That's kind of how I'm seeing this, but we'll see what happens when we get some clarifiers. You may be distant from this person. Tell me what as far as actual distance, tell me what this, the connecting energies are for pile 2. What are the connecting energies for their thoughts? The Sun in reverse. So both of you feel like you do not, to be honest, both of you have huge disappointments when it comes to this connection. And I really feel like that's going to look a little different for both of you, but I can say the two of you feel like you're really on the outskirts of one another, like you are not communicating, or you're in a disagreement in some way. And there's this huge like disappointment and unhappiness, maybe even a lack of being able to, you're thinking about like, you just can't see straight. This is what this feels like. You just can't see straight. And I think it has to do with being so upset. You know, you both have 7 here, which is as a number of luck, or a number also of being in alignment. And I feel like the two of you in this connection, it's like you did a flip of feeling one way and then going to the complete opposite, where you don't feel like you align at all. Also, it could be that something happened very quickly here as well. Like maybe the downfall here, or how even maybe you were with this person, it just feels like something that happens like all of a sudden. There's a sudden energy that's here. Tell me about the connecting feelings for pile 2 in their person. Yeah, you have the Knight of Wands. See, this is that fire that I'm feeling. So I'm really curious to see what the clarifiers are going to be for this card. But you're both in a very passionate, very fiery space, to where there may be some like wanting to take action. The two of you are in a place of wanting to take some sort of action. But I don't feel like it's coming from a passionate good place. I feel like it's coming from a like upset kind of place. But let's see. What is the connecting actions for pile 2? What is the connecting actions here? Yeah, Justice in reverse. You both feel as if there's been some sort of unfairness here, or you're both being unfair with each other. Like, you feel like this person's being unfair, this person feels like you're being unfair, and then you're both kind of butting heads. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like for some of you, maybe there's some kind of communication that is going to happen or has happened. Because I am really feeling like you may have just had it out with this person as I'm reading this. Yeah, look at that. 8 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Queen of Cups. What's under that? The 2 of Cups in reverse. Temperance in reverse. There's the Temperance in reverse is when you're frustrated and you're really upset because something doesn't go the way that you want it to go, or you just feel really imbalanced and frustrated, upset, angry even. You're having a hard time getting your emotions in a balanced place. there may have been some kind of communication recently where there was this opening up, someone opening up emotionally about the disconnect or about the ending. With that Two of Cups there, with that Queen of Cups though in reverse, there was some sort of lack of support there. So I don't know if one of y'all tried to open up to the other, tried to express some kind of emotion, perhaps pertaining to being upset, the way something is gone, just kind of trying to heal the situation with the Star Aquarius energy. And I feel like that seems like it wasn't, someone wasn't very open or wasn't very giving of that. And I don't know why I feel like some kind of truth may have came out abruptly or quick. But there's definitely some clarity or insight that was gained. If this hasn't happened already, it will. Because that is all communication. There's also some kind of truth here about something happening quick. The Ace of Wands just popped out in the Queen of Pentacles. So there's that Queen of Pentacles. It's weird because I don't feel like the both of you were on the same page. Like you wanted the same things. Or there may have been some kind of deception around that about what each of you wanted. Oh, this feels like. It feels like when you get in a relationship with somebody or you first start to meet someone and you're like, this is all I just want to build something. Or I don't know, the intentions that you have, you try to express or you feel like you're both in agreement with, but then the other person really has like an ulterior motive, or they say they don't want like a serious relationship, but they really do, and they just want to see where it goes. It feels like that. It feels like there's something to do with that here. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers, clarify this reading. This is the Panda, Way of the Panda. It's a really cute deck. Little mini tarot. Tell me about the Chariot for, oh, you know what I didn't do? Hold that thought. This is one thing I forgot. Let's see how you see this person, like how you're seeing them. I just saw the Five of Swords, so you may see them as, again, conflict, like that they always think about themselves, or they're just out for themselves in some way. Tell me about how you see this person for pile 2. How do they see their person? Page of Wands in reverse. You may feel like this person is immature in their actions, or their communication, or they procrastinate. They don't. There's a lot of things going on with that. It's whatever you see immaturity as. What is that? Look at the way that card just came out. The Nine of Wands. So it may be how they handle when things get hard, when things get tough. You may see like this person doesn't handle that well, or they act immaturely in some way. Or it's like when things they know something's going to be difficult, they just give up on it altogether. Interesting. Okay, now you have that Five of Wands in reverse there, which is agreeing to disagree, and you still have that there with that Temperance. So I really feel like that one of you may have tried to open up and kind of emotionally and just be in this place of let's just agree to disagree or get past some kind of conflict. Cancer energy, but I don't think that happened. Dang it, guys. I just remembered that I didn't even get on your person's side here, and I can't put this back together for my life. And the Ten of Wands just fell on the floor as I'm struggling here, which is the ultimate struggle. I am struggling here. I don't know what's going on with me. You know, like when you get upset with somebody, or you're just in a, they put you in a certain kind of mood, and then you just feel like even the little things just irritate you, or you just feel like you struggle, like you can't get things to You have a hard time focusing, you know, that kind of thing is there because you're so upset. I don't know why. That's kind of what I was thinking here, though. Okay. Tell me about how pile 2's person actually sees them. How do they see them? When they think about pile 2, how do they see them? Yeah, the 5 of Swords. They see you as being like confrontational, you know, see you as being at like you don't care what's going to happen to them, or you're just out to get them, you know, that kind of feeling is there. Like you're just out to fight, or you just want to argue, you know. It's not a good feeling that I feel. You have a queen. I'm so sorry, I just called the Empress the wrong thing. Find a card to cover that up there. Let's do this. So you could have, let's put this here. Well, I don't want to cover her up either. Let's do that. There we go. That's much better. So with this Empress being in reverse, which is Libra and Taurus energy, this person could be seeing you as just wanting to argue about maybe like the material things or how something's going to go. Also, you could have children with this person. This being the Empress can represent a mother. There could be some motherly issues going on here as well, that's maybe causing some conflict for some of you. The Tower in reverse. So as far as how this person is seeing you, I feel like that this person feels like you just want something to go your way, and you're not really worried about what's going to happen or how it's going to affect them or anything like that, and they have some issues with that. Obviously, this really feels like an argument. Okay, I hate tapping into an energy when it's so intense. Things are on a high, you know what I mean? Like in a bad way. But we're here, so we're here for a reason. Let's see what happens. I've already shuffled the heck out of this. So why is the Chariot in reverse for how pile 2's person is seeing pile 2? The 8 of Pentacles. How else? I just got a message. I have to repeat it. There may be something here to do with you, like, this feels threatening in some way, like you threatening the other person in some sense. And it may have to do with work, like trying to mess something up for somebody here when it comes to work. So I'd just be careful about that, because you may be creating kind of unnecessary karma in some way, if that's the case. I know, like, when we get upset, our thoughts can go to those places. But you have the Ace of Wands here. Oh, you have the 5 of Swords again that's hiding. I'm telling y'all, I'm picking up on that conflict. That 5 of Swords, don't mean to laugh, but, you know, like, it's just all over the table. The 5 of Swords is here with that Ace of Wands in reverse. What are you thinking about this person? Something happened here with this person that is upsetting to you. It may have to do with work. It could have to do with travel, because the Chariot's here. I don't know. This feels like somebody that did something here that you're very upset or conflicted about. And it, Ace of Wands in reverse, it may have to do with this person getting an opportunity. This could be what I was talking about you ruining that for this person in some way. Could be about this person getting some kind of opportunity, or yeah. This feels like when you're upset with somebody and then you see like something good happen to that person and you're like, what? Like, how is that even possible? And then you know, like, they shouldn't be where they are, doing what they're doing, or getting what they're getting because of something they've done, but you're like holding back. And you're like, oh, I could really mess that up for them if I said something, but you know what I mean? That feels that feels exactly like this, that whole scenario. This feels like a personal reading. Okay, tell me about Judgment in reverse for pile 2 and how they feel about this person. You also feel like this person as well is the only work or effort that they put into the connection is when it will benefit them in some way. It benefits them in some way. This is how you kind of see this person. Like they're only worried kind of about how something's going to play out for them or affect them. Tell me about the Judgment in reverse. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so for how you feel about this person, I think that you may be kind of feeling that you should have, if you have had advice about this person or you did prior to connecting with them, you could have felt like you should have listened to that advice. Or you just feel like you made a bad judgment call when it comes to this person because you couldn't think or see straight because you may have been very attracted to this person. You may have been very drawn to them. And that could be why your judgment was off here, perhaps because of how you felt about them or how they made you feel, as far as like how passionate they made you feel. That can be very seductive, you know, when someone makes you feel very, you know, wanted or sexy, or just, you know, when someone does that to you, it can be very seductive. It can be very desirable. So that could be something that's there as well, as far as making a bad judgment call. Tell me about this person. Can you clarify the Knight of Wands? You may feel like this person kind of broke through your barriers very quickly too. Like you may be somebody that normally you really have your boundaries in place, and this person, you may feel like, you know, you may have been just really attracted to them and they just broke through your, as I say that, look at this, this panda breaking through that. Actually, he's just sitting there, huh? It's a big old red flag behind him. It's the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, I feel like you really feel as if this person is, doesn't make the best decisions when it comes to how they act on things. Yeah, but I feel like you're just kind of beating yourself up here about have you ever felt like this is what I feel in this reading, okay? When you talk to somebody and you have the best of intentions when you communicate with them, at being in a secure place, knowing what you have to say, being diligent towards that, and not letting that person kind of get to you in some way, and you feel really good, and then you go into it and they quickly kind of change up your energy, and then you go out of it and you're like, why did I let them get the best of me? You know, that kind of feeling. So that's what I feel here as far as how you feel about this person. So it's like every time you do communicate, you're like, I shouldn't have, or, you know, I'm more mad. Tell me about the Queen of Swords in the reverse. You have the Three of Wands. So you're waiting. So is the Queen of Swords in reverse. She has her back turned here. This is about you. It's like you kind of feel as perhaps maybe this person is somewhat of their own demise. And I think that you're in a place to where you're kind of just waiting to see that play out. You know, you feel like, of course, remember, keep in mind, you are coming from a more of a, don't take this the wrong way. You're coming from a more of a lower vibration because I think that you're upset with this person. And that's a very human thing. You know, it takes you to become a Zen master to get to a place to where you don't react or don't get angry in some way when you're wronged, right? So, but there is this, like with this Queen of Swords in reverse, she can be someone that becomes very bitter or very upset, and how she communicates and how she acts if she's hurt, and because she's been hurt already so much. So you're coming from a hurt place, but you're in a place to where you're saying, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going towards this person. I'm not taking any action towards them. If something's going to change, it's got to be them that changes it. It's that kind of feeling that's here. Clarify that Three of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is here. I think that you'd really want that too. I think that you feel as if maybe perhaps you didn't stick to your boundaries of how you have things set when this person came towards you in some way, that they broke your boundaries and got through, and you're kind of being hard on yourself or down on yourself for that. And so now you're even more determined to maintain those boundaries at this point because now this person has hurt you, you know, and you're in that place. And with that Knight of Pentacles being there. Okay. All right. Let's see about your person. Let's clarify. Tell me about pile 2's person with the 7 of Wands as far as what they're thinking. Page of Wands in the reverse. It's funny because that's how you saw this person, right? Can you clarify that for me, please? Yeah. The Page of Cups in reverse. So how you're seeing this person is pretty much like this is what this person's thinking about you. Just know whether it's fair, unfair, right or wrong, just or unjust, there's anger here. And when anger, jealousy, all that lower vibration is of the mix, it comes from an immature kind of energy. It doesn't come from a mature place. And this person with the 7 of Wands, they're in the same place where they think that this person feels like you're acting out. You're utilizing whatever control that you may have over the situation in some way. And this is what they're thinking about. That's kind of interesting. Because I talked about how this person is thinking about perhaps how you're either very defensive or you just don't want to, you just give up altogether. And this person feels like that the way that you act or communicate, like you let your emotions maybe perhaps take over or get the best of you at times. This is how this person is seeing you. And this has to do with communication. With these pages being here. Tell me about the Lovers in reverse for pile 2's person and how they're feeling towards them. The Devil. I hate this, guys, but I feel like this person really feels like that they were mistaken at how they thought this connection would be or could be, or the choice they made about it, with that Devil being there. Devil can also represent what I was talking about with you, with that lustful pull, right? Desire, and how that pulls you in, even though you know it's not good for you. This person may have felt like they went towards you even with ill intent or not the best decision, because maybe this person maybe felt like that they didn't really exactly align with you to begin with, or there was something off here, or it was deceptive in some way, or they weren't being 100% honest here in some way. You know, whatever the case, it's like not having good intentions. And this person, I feel like, is identifying with that. So give me a clarifier for what that is on their part. The Devil. That's Capricorn. I don't know if I said that or not. You have the 9 of Cups. Yeah. This person feels like they acted out of their intentions. This feels like somebody that may have been looking for some sort of an escape as well. With that 9 of Cups and the Devil, that's really when you do things because you're looking for that escapism. Tell me about the 2 of Wands in reverse when it comes to pile 2 and how they are thinking about taking action towards this person. Tell me about the 2 of Wands in the reverse. The 5 of Pentacles. So this person may feel as if they don't have what they need in order to take action. If they were, or they just feel like it could make things worse. Honestly, feel like this person just doesn't feel like it would be a good direction to go. We have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. This is like cutting your losses. That's what this feels like. Cutting your losses and going in a different direction. Sometimes the 2 of Wands in reverse can represent going back to, like, let's start over. Let's go to a different plan. Let's go to a different path. Let's turn around. You know, with that 5 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands being in reverse, it's been like something is just way too difficult. There's also some kind of worry that this person has. It could be about finances with that 5 of Pentacles. Okay, we'll see what that says. The 6 of Wands in reverse. It could have something to do with this person making this decision, or this decision creating some kind of lack of success in their life in general, perhaps, or making something more difficult on them. They don't have as much as what they need, or something like that. As far as taking action towards you, this could be like this is like somebody that just feels like it wouldn't be worth it. Because it would be too difficult. It just wouldn't be worth it. It's just too difficult. They don't want to deal with this. It's the same. You already know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know about this person. It's the same energy that's right here. With how you see this person with that 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands in reverse. You know, and I don't know exactly what's the details of this and what's going on, or what this person has done, or what's going on between the 2 of you, but this person feels like even if they were to come towards you, that it wouldn't get them anywhere, and it would just be really difficult. It would be too hard to get you to see them in a certain way. But there is some worry here, and I think it may have to do with finances and their success in something, making it more difficult. I don't know if this connection may have set this person back financially, especially if you were living together. The Empress here with the Tower, if you had kids together, if you were living together, if there's some kind of foundation that you had built between the 2 of you in some way, shape, or form, it could, going towards a different path or a different direction, obviously can set you back financially. So that's something that's here, and that being more difficult on this person. Let's see what the connecting energies are. What is the Sun as far as the connecting energy for pile 2 in their person with the Sun in reverse? Leo. 4 of Pentacles. See, this is where you're both guarded and both got holding on to what you have, you know, as far as the disappointment that you, with that Sun being there. So this is clarifying the Sun. The 4 of Pentacles would be holding on or holding back from each other because of the disappointment. This is what you're thinking about. Clarify 4 of Pentacles. The 3 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Wands. You're still in this place of, there's disappointment here because you feel as if, like, neither one of you, because connecting energy, neither one of you feel like the other person is understanding where the other person is coming from or understands each other just altogether. There is this want to heal with this 3 of Swords in reverse, but that 5 of Wands is kind of showing me that there's some grudges that are being held here. If there is any kind of third party energy here, this may be a significant grudge that's being held here, or there's a disagreement around that in some way. But I think that if this is like you and this person trying to work something out with that 5 of Wands, I feel like both of you are still standing your ground, you know, feeling like the other person's not hearing the other one out. So unfortunately, it kind of looks like that. It kind of feels like you're both. Look, you have 5-3 there, which is your card is 35 and 4. So this is like, that's a progression. You keep going back to some kind of conflict. You can't see eye to eye here on that, whatever that is. Whatever the separation was, what happened there. You just don't see eye to eye on that. You're both just standing your ground. Tell me about the Knight of Wands for the connecting feelings. The Empress. That's interesting. See, I feel like this has to do with what each of you feel like the other one deserves, and you're not giving each other that. And I just heard I'm not giving them the satisfaction. So Libra, Taurus is there. That Knight of Wands could be also something happening very quickly. Also, there's a child there again. Didn't we talk about something happening quickly? Why is that Empress here? Clarify. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Needing to work something out. Again, though, it's like needing to work something out, but neither one of you are working together. You're not agreeing. If there's some kind of, I already mentioned this once, but the Three of Pentacles can be like having to commit to something or needing to work something out even financially. So if there's something like that going on here, again, I feel like it's just like you both feel like that should go in a different way. What way? Like you both have very different ideas about how something is supposed to go. And this could be the root and center of the reading. It's the root of the problems or the conflict that's being created. Because there's a lot of hurt feelings around it. Misunderstandings. One person feels like they told the other one something and the other one said, no, you never told me that. And it's resulted into this big old, conflict. And there's this right in the middle of it, needing to work something out. And neither one of you feel like that it's growing in the right way or you want it to go in that direction. Yeah, Two of Pentacles in reverse. You can't come to some kind of agreement here about how something's going to go. And it's something that's like moving forward quickly here. So this could be even like something legal, that you like is playing out. This is like when you can't agree on the divorce and you're going to mediation or something and you just can't get to that agreement. But this could also just represent like how this relationship took place and how it's played out as well, as far as an understanding. Two of Pentacles in the reverse is the priorities here as far as what you need to commit to and how something is going is off. I really feel like most of you, this has to do with finances because that's what's on your person's side. Tell me about the Justice here in the reverse. Libra energy, the Fool. Starting over. As far as actions go, see, both of you feel unjust. Like this has been unjust, having to start over. Both of you feel that way. This really does feel like when you get divorced and, like when you accumulate a lot together and you get divorced and you have to separate assets and somehow or another, both of you are starting over in some aspect. This feels like that's what's here. And it's like, it's not fair, but it is what it is kind of thing. Tell me about the Fool. This could also represent a child too. He's wearing a birthday hat. I don't know why, that's just really pointing out to me. Tell me about that. Whoa. Virgo energy here. Aries is there too. Aquarius as well. And Libra. The Hermit in reverse. That's interesting. Give me one more for that. The Eight of Wands in reverse. There's, as far as connecting actions, there's some kind of, this may be part of the disagreement. there's some kind of frustration around travel or communication when it comes to a new beginning. This could have to do with location changes or traveling to the other in some way. Children could also be involved in this, of course. In the logistics around that. And I don't know why I keep getting that word too. Well, that's something about the logistics. I don't know if that's something that you say a lot or something maybe your person says a lot. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why that keeps popping in my head. But yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse. This is definitely a relationship that did not go according to plan. And I think you're both very in different worlds when it comes to what that plan was even. You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I have to say this because this escapism here. I feel like both of you may have been in a position to where when you got into this connection, it was because maybe you were bored with what was out there, or you were just in this complacent energy, or you may be even trying to get over someone else. You know, there's this feeling here. See the panda? Can y'all see that? Yeah. See the panda? He's sitting here, the Four of Cups. And then here's this Queen of Wands. So it's like something that piques your interest. The Six of Swords in reverse, though, is creating, it's just a temporary fulfillment, right? It's so that, like, you can get to a calmer place just for a little while, but it's not something that's going to last. And then with that Seven of Wands, it just creates more of a struggle, or it becomes overwhelming because it's more than what you bargained for, kind of thing. And then that Knight of Cups is there, which is like a relationship gone south. Or someone that didn't have the good intentions or the right intentions going into it to begin with. Okay, so let's see what each of you would say to the other. This was a a doozy. This was a doozy. Yeah, confusion. Sabotage is there. All right. You may feel like this person may have made you feel like you had to compete for them, or they may have been in, like, had other people. This also kind of feels like that scenario of where you are only dating this person, but you find out this person's dating other people. And then when you ask them about that, they say, well, we're never really official. And you were like, we were living together. You know, like what, how, I don't understand that. And it's like you never really had that conversation, but the other person kind of assumed, and then it left the other with hurt feelings here. This feels like that kind of situation too. But then I'm also picking up on a long-term relationship where there's like either divorce or separation going on. So take it how it resonates. These can fit for different scenarios. Okay, let's get into what this person would say first, okay? What would this person say to pile 2 if they could say anything? Unsatisfied. I wasn't happy with the way that things are going. Unfinished business. I still have things to resolve and discuss. Yeah, there's that logistics. Look at all the computers and I'm writing everything down. Unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. See, I picked up on that here, like this person feeling like you don't care what happens to them kind of situation or something that's going on. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. One more. And reunion. We'll always come back to each other. Now, I don't necessarily feel like that in this reading. Take it how it resonates, of course, but I feel like that there's something that's holding the two of you together. For some of you, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but as far as, like I talked about, you know, assets and all that other kind of stuff, logistics, I keep saying that. I do feel like whatever it is, it keeps the two of you in contact with one another in some way, with reunion. Interesting. Okay, let's see what... Also, I did talk about this person breaking contact or someone breaking contact here, but it not going according to the plan. So tell me about, what would pile 2 say to their person if they could say anything? Holding back. Yeah, we figured that out. I should have expressed myself better. Yeah, this, what I just talked about that scenario, about the dating thing, this could be that you wish, like, you could go back, you would more have stated some facts, you know, as far as, because that boundary thing's still coming into play of what you wish you would have done differently. Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. How to say to their person. Reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. So I think that makes you upset too with that Queen of Swords in reverse. This may, I don't get a good feeling from that either. Some of you, this could represent you do reminisce about certain things about this person that you wish, like, you wish you could kind of get back to that kind of carefree kind of place. But there also, for some of you, there may be some things that this person, you may have felt like they were joking because the way that they communicated certain things to you, but they actually were being honest or telling the truth. It's kind of a weird, mean trick. What else would pile 2 say to their person? Forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. And unworthy. You're a better person than I am. I feel like with this being said and you're reading, to put this in context, this would be more like if your person is like pushing on you to include them and be fair to them and do this and that, and you're in a place where you're still very angry, they could be kind of gaslighting you is what it feels like, making you feel like you're a bad person in some way when you're just trying to, it feels like you're trying to really just kind of protect yourself over here, but there's definitely anger here for sure. Okay, let's see what the connecting energies, as far as what the 2 of you would say to each other. I just saw absence, which is a card of wishing things would have played out differently. Tell me about the connecting energy for thoughts for pile 2 as far as their thoughts go. Yeah, understanding. There's that sun energy. I see your side of the story, but it's in reverse, so I feel like that's the part of the problem here. For one of you or both of you, you know, not being able to see the other person's situation or story. Tell me about the connecting energies for feelings. Responsibilities. See, I'm telling you, there's something to do with it. Even it says it. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. So there's something to do with responsibilities that are laying here on this. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that's there. Okay, okay. And detachment is here. Yeah, for actions. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. That's what's right here. Trying to start over. Being frustrated, though, around this not being fair, but having to start over, you know, anyways. Like, this feels like the direction things are headed in. It's like there's some unfairness, obviously, that's here between the 2 of you, but it's also like still having to push forward, right? Still having to just kind of detach so you can just clear your head here as far as actions go. And time, I'm afraid it's too late to take action. See, chemistry being in reverse. I feel like this may have been a connection that started off of like very passionate type of connection with that Queen of Wands that we saw before, and that Knight of Wands that's here, and then kind of turned sour after some time had gone by here. Interesting. All right, we are going to read this from the card that y'all chose. Let me kind of move it over here so y'all can see it better. But we are going to read to see what this says. This may have been like a forbidden relationship for some of you, or there's something that's there that made it exciting in some kind of way. Anyway. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry I got distracted. Here we go. Okay, so this is the advice for y'all from your card that you chose. The brave one. She who persists. Even when her heart is aching and she feels that she cannot make it through this day. She has traveled long and deep and grown tired, and rightfully so, in that dark and forbidden forest. The place, it is said, where you might not survive. The place they say that if you go to, you must turn to it again to retrieve your soul. This card represents the hero who chooses to continue on the journey, not half-heartedly, but with devotion and relevance. That part of the journey that nearly causes you to lose your soul or something essential to your being for good, and then having to return to retrieve it. Doing the same hard thing, not once, but twice, is not easy to do. Even if it's just reimagining it in your head and heart, it still activates the same old wounds, pain, and stories. The brave one recognizes that to go on as her fullest and highest self, she must return to the forbidden forest to retrieve and resurrect her soul. This means facing the dragon, taming it, and eventually befriending it. If she does this successfully, she will unlock greater power, magic, and healing within. It will be a redemption and become a significant point in her journey. Pulling this Forbidden Forest card can be a positive affirmation that you are in an active process of this journey, that you are indeed being brave like a hero. You are earning the inner and outer gifts you so righteously deserve. Alternately, this card can be a sign that you may need to return to a forbidden forest to heal, to retrieve, or resurrect something of yours. Is there anything that you have been suppressing or resisting? You may be at a point where it's time. Even if you need to ask others for help, that is brave too. Every hero needs an ally. I like that. Okay. I like those cards a lot. A lot, actually. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get some charms to close. Oh, there's a huge V in the bowl. That can be for victory. Victoria. Okay. Vacious is something I heard. I hear weird different things sometimes when I see certain letters. Love yourself first. You also have the happy little daisy here, the pink and yellow daisy. That could mean something to somebody, but it can also just represent, I heard Walking on Sunshine in my head, which is a song by the Beatles, you know, but that's just popped in my head. So you may be feeling better soon. You may be feeling like you get some kind of victory, and it may make you feel better about yourself or the direction that you're headed in. So we have M, a W, an R, T, another M, E, X, there's X right there. We have D, T, F, Divine Feminine. You have T, L, and X. Okay. All right, guys. So I am going to leave you right here with these. So I definitely hope this helps. This feels very complicated and complex and very in the middle of everything. So I hope this does help. And definitely good luck to you guys. I'm sending you all the love and light. And I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So if you chose number 43, this says, just let me be. Liberation, free spirit, wild and authentic. Okay, so for some reason, some of y'all, this tattoo on her wrist may mean something to y'all. Just looks like a whole full message there. I can't really see what that says. Something about desire, will, void or deny, something like that. Okay. Anyway, um, so number 43 could also be relevant here as well. That's number 7. I don't know why July could be important, but I want to say that. Okay. So with all that being said, we're talking about no contact, okay? And what the person on your mind thinking, feeling, what their actions are. We're going to look into your energy as well. We're also going to look in connecting energies. This is a play off of the you and them that I do as far as the personal readings go, which I am going to open back up to here shortly in the next week or so. So I just wanted to kind of put this out, but I don't necessarily like to do these readings just because of the lack of like direction that it can take you. So please use your own discernment. I would recommend going and looking at watching the intro because I do talk about that up somewhat. So please be in a well-balanced place when you're listening to readings like this. It's never my intentions to keep anyone stuck, only to bring peace and clarity to what you already kind of feel or already know, or that intuition's playing out for you. So, okay, with all of that jibber jabber, let's put this to the side. And as I say jibber jabber, I get a text message. So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're just going to go start straight into the tarot. We're going to look at your energy first. You have the Knight of Cups here with the High Priestess in reverse. So this is the Tarot of Mystical Peaks. You have the Eight of Pentacles there. The Hanged Man. Got some Virgo energy there. The High Priestess is Pisces. Okay, so we want to know, what is pile 3 currently thinking about their person? I just closed my eyes and I saw a net, like a fish net or a fishing net. I don't know what that was about. Feeling caught? Are you caught somebody? Tell me about pile 3 and their person. What are they currently thinking about their person? You have a Two of Wands. Okay, so this could be thinking about, he's got a map in his hand there. He's planning out which direction that he's going to go, right? So you could be in a place to where you're trying to make a decision here, which direction that you want to go towards when it comes to this person that's on your mind, if you want to go in that direction, and you're planning that out. This is where you're at a crossroads, you know? So when it comes to this person, I feel like this is you sitting at a crossroads here, planning what you want to do. That's what you're thinking about. Now my phone has just been going off, and they're all different people. Interesting. Oh, we have the Star here. So I'm asking here about what you're feeling about this person, this Aquarius energy. And this could be a want to heal, since this is a no contact reading. Or if you're ready for something here as well. I don't know why, but I am picking up, and this is going to sound strange, but I'm actually picking up on a new energy, like someone that you aren't talking to yet. That's why there's no communication. You haven't made that decision. This could also be somebody that may be thinking about this around, that's in your energy. Okay, with that being said, I feel like this has to do with what it is that you really want. And you're in your head here, or you're in your heart space, and you're thinking about what you really desire, what it is that you really want when it comes to this person. Okay, so tell me about your actions towards them. And judgment. So your actions are going to include making a judgment call. So this looks very straightforward. I want to make a plan. I need to make a decision on which direction I'm going to move into. I want to heal the situation, or I want to go towards what it is I feel like is my wish or my desire, or what's meant for me. Have a particular way I want something to work out or go. And then you have that judgment, which is making that judgment call. And this could be about a renewal. This could also be about setting this person free, though, because you do have these doves that she's taking out of the cage, and this can represent freedom. Healing and choosing to heal and break yourself free from this. situation could be that. So for some of you, you may be choosing to move in a new direction, and that's why I'm picking up on that new energy for y'all, is because there may be someone new, or it's just you moving in a new direction and making that choice for yourself to free yourself from this. Interesting. How are you seeing this person? How are you seeing this person? You have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So you may feel like this person's not the right choice for you. Some of y'all are, this is going to sound strange, but in this reading, I'm not picking up on your person's energy as much in your mind, in your head. I feel like you're in a different place. I feel like you may not be actually thinking about this person that much. And it may be because there's someone new in your energy, or you're just in a place to where you're just healing and making that decision to kind of move on. Like this Seven of Cups in reverse, as far as how you're seeing this person, you may see like that this is not a good option for you. You may also feel like this person may confuse you somewhat, or you're confused about it, so you're choosing to kind of just stay away from this person. You may feel like they make you feel that way. They make you feel like they put you in your head, and so you kind of don't want to have anything to do with that. There's something here too about having options. Okay, I'm going to move on because this is very strange. Because I'm asking how you feel about this person, but you're not even, look at these cards, you're not even looking in their direction. You're just trying to break yourself free. And to be honest, some of you, this may not be breaking yourself free from this person. You just may be trying to find that sense of freedom. You ever like have somebody new in your energy, and it's like it's not that you're not like interested, or you don't find them in a certain kind of way or whatever. You're not thinking about that because you're just getting over something else. This feels kind of like that too. Like that's what I'm feeling like in these cards. Is like, I keep saying like a lot too, which is I find so annoying. So I don't know why I'm doing that. But with that being said, you are in a space to where you are searching for that sense of breaking yourself free. And I honestly don't feel like that y'all want to be tied to anyone at this time. There's this feeling of not being interested. So as far as how you see this person. Okay, so let's see who this is. Some of y'all, this may be somebody different from what you came to the reading for. Somebody you may be in communication with somewhat, but you're not like, there's not a lot of history here in this part of it. For some of you, if there is history here, then again, you're just trying to heal, and you're trying to, have a sense of freedom here away from this connection, because this person's someone that really puts you in your head or confuses you emotionally. So you're trying to do what's best for yourself. Okay, so let's see about this person. Tell me about pile 3's person. I want to know what pile 3's person is currently thinking. What are their thoughts about pile 3 this time? You have the Sun. Okay. I feel like this is someone in your energy that you're already aware of. With the Sun, that's Leo. This can represent a new beginning and happiness. And if this is somebody new in your energy, I feel like they're going to be let down, because I don't feel like that you have as much as invested into them as they are with you. This is somebody that sees you as their son. So they see you as somebody that really, they're thinking about this. They're thinking about the potential. They're thinking about a new beginning. They're thinking about the excitement of that and the joy that you bring to them. Tell me about, if this is someone from your past, they may just feel like they see things clearly now. Tell me about what is pile 3's person's, you may have resonated with pile 2 though. What is pile 3's person's current? Yeah, guys. Do you see him? That's your person. Look at these cards. They're both just so happy. This full energy, Aries energy, if y'all are in any way, shape, or form communicating with somebody new, I would be really careful about your intentions with that person, because you may be leading them towards like a big letdown. Because this person feels very excited. Even if this is someone from your past, they feel very like, they feel like they're going to get some kind of maybe new beginning here with you, or another opportunity in some way. Oh boy. Oh boy, huh? Okay, so let's see what the what is pile 3's person's current actions towards them? What are pile 3's person's current actions towards them? Yeah, strength. They're being patient. They're being patient. This person feels as if maybe you've mentioned you're not wanting a relationship at this time, and this is why you're in no contact, or maybe you just, sometimes no contact can look like you're not really communicating everything to each other. So that could be, you know, that could be this as well. But this is definitely somebody that feels like if they're patient, that you will start to see them like they want, because they're very enthusiastic about where this whole thing can go. And again, you're not really even focused on this person, but I think you may just kind of see them as maybe an option, or you see them as, I feel like you see them as something that just wouldn't work out. So be careful if you are playing around with this person's emotions, because they are seeing this as a grand opportunity for them to have something strong, stable, and good. And they're going to be patient about it. How is this person seeing you? Pile 3, how is this person seeing you? Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles. This is somebody that sees you as having everything that they want. So, guys, be really careful here, because I don't feel like that you are looking in their direction at all. And they're putting all their eggs into your basket. All of their eggs into your basket, and you're swinging your basket, and you're not even paying attention. I hope that this isn't your side. You know, sometimes it can resonate the other side. If this is your side, you need to know that this person that's communicating, or that you're interested in, is not seeing you as solid potential. Or it's not because they may not be seeing you like that. I think it has to do with them not being interested, just because they're focusing on something else in their future in some way. But that 9 of Pentacles, if this is your person, they are seeing you as having everything. Like, they see you as having it all together, and like you're exactly the person that they've been waiting for. Oh boy. I know I've already said that once, but this is difficult. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles is here. Tell me about that. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 2 of Pentacles. With that Ace of Swords in reverse. So there's a lack of honesty, or a lack of communicating what your priorities were as far as this relationship or connection goes, and what you're holding back from, or what's important to you at this time. Some of you just may be focused on family, or focused on getting your finances in order, or focused on balancing your work and your home life here in some kind of way. This is, again, this energy of someone that's just sitting here waiting. Especially if you've communicated that you're going to travel towards this person in some way, because they could be waiting for that to happen. They're holding on to that, really. The potential of that, even, like, they're really holding on to that. So if you've told this person, yeah, you know, that you'll visit them soon, or you'll go with them soon, or go out with them soon, but you have to get your priorities in order, or get something done, or something like that, they're really holding on to that, what you said, as golden, as their ticket. Okay, so, boy, Let's get some connecting energies real quick. What are the connecting energies as far as pile 3 and this person goes? What's the connecting energies? Oh no, I can't do that. It has to do with, yeah, not communicating something here though. This feels very ego, like this person may have given you like an ego boost, like just made you feel good, you know, and that's why you kind of keep them around, or that's why you keep communicating in some ways, because you like talking to them. You feel like, you know, they make you feel good. You see this person as someone that is a happy person or optimistic, and that makes you feel good to be in communication with them, but your intentions are different. Let's see what the connecting energies are as far as the thoughts. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Pisces, we saw that before. It's a feeling of not seeing things in the same way. Each of you's seeing a different perspective to the way that this connection is going, so I would be careful of that. Again, I know I keep repeating that, but feelings, connected feelings, there's that 4 of Pentacles again. So they're in more waiting energy, and you're in more of a like, only, like this kind of is breadcrumby too, like you're only given like so much, but whatever you give to them, they're going to hold on to that tight, right? Tell me about the 7 of Pentacles. Waiting. Not taking any action. And this person's expecting you to. But you're just like, I think you're both in this place here where I think you're investing in completely different things. Like, I think that you're focused really on, what are you focused on here? The 5 of Cups in reverse. You're focused on moving on from something or getting over something, getting out of a place of where you're depressive place. That could be why you're so drawn to this person, because they're the sun, or they're somebody that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. So again, be real careful of that, okay? That's, yeah, Justice is here. So that could be that there may be some karma that's being created here. If you're not being completely upfront or completely clear to this person. And if you are, and they're still like in this energy and they're just not showing you that, I would re-emphasize on, which is not the word I was actually looking for, but anyway, re-emphasize that and what your intentions are. Or maybe you should just kind of detach from this person altogether if you're not intending on having something with them, because I think that could result in, like, you know, unnecessarily conflict or karma in some way. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Somebody is waiting. Look at that. 3 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Waiting for an opportunity. Waiting for that their opportunity, or that opportunity to play out. And that Queen of Cups in reverse, this could be somebody that maybe start to get kind of obsessive about it. They're, like I said, they're putting all their eggs into your basket, you know, and this is someone that's putting all their emotions on you. And expectations on you, and this working out in their favor, and that King of Pentacles, that you're going to be that person for them. They see potential here in you being their long-term partner. That 3 of Cups is in reverse there. There may be some kind of disconnect. Maybe you kind of stop talking to this person so much. But this is also, to me, is with Justice being here, it's kind of saying like cause and effect. So yeah, something's playing out too karmically when it comes to the 3 of Cups in reverse. Justice is here upright, so it's something karmically is trying to get straightened out. I wonder what that is. We'll see when we get into the mini deck. So now I'm going to use the mini tarot. This is the Tarot de Luz, and I just saw the Devil, and we are going to use this to get some clarifiers here. There's the Devil again in reverse, the King of Swords. Oh, I feel like that this is maybe your opportunity to try to avoid some kind of destruction. This could have to do with gossip, some kind of gossip. This person may be talking to others about you or gossiping in a way of like, they may be even making other people feel like you're into them in a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? And sometimes that can get around and become that karma playing out. So, okay. Anyway, we're going to see on your side first, Two of Wands. Tell me about this Two of Wands here for pile 3. As far as how they are currently feeling towards this person and their reading. We have Strength here, Leo energy. What else? There's that Hanged Man again. You may know that this person is starting to kind of develop a certain kind of understanding. This can also be like putting in some, like you feel like that you have been clear yourself. You already feel like you've been pretty clear. You feel like you have put some strong boundaries when it comes to, now listen, this is not a relationship, or you know what I mean? Like, or we're just friends, you know, that kind of thing. It's like you may have felt like that you put in some strong boundaries with that, because you can probably sense, obviously, the way this person is seeing this connection or relationship. You may have even communicated that you're going in a different direction to this person. Tell me about the Star. Clarify the Star here. How pile 3 is feeling about this person. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So you don't feel like this person is someone that you see as long term, basically. This is like someone that you can't see settling down with. Give me a clarifier for that. The Queen of Cups. But you do feel like this person is genuine. You feel like you care about this person. You know, you see this person as someone that is a good person, and you care about this person, but you just don't see them as being your long-term partner. It's so crazy that this is a no contact reading, and this is the reading I'm getting from this. Because I feel like a lot of you may be very unaware this person's in your energy, or this could be somebody that you've already walked away from. And this is what happened. Tell me about Judgment. You got some Cancer and Taurus there for me. Judgment. Yeah, Temperance. See, they're doing the same thing. They're sitting the same kind of way and looking down. She's Sagittarius is Temperance here. The way she's setting those birds free, those doves free, is peace, making peace with it. And Temperance is about compromise and peace. So in your actions here, I think that you're trying to be clear, and I think that you're trying to bring balance to the situation by perhaps making a judgment call. And maybe you're making a judgment call to separate yourself here from this person because you feel like they are starting to get the wrong intentions or wrong expectations here. I don't know, I couldn't say that word for some reason. Why is Temperance here? Yeah, the Magician. I think that you're trying to make things right, or you're trying to do the right thing because you do care about this person. Tell me about how you see this person with that Seven of Cups in the reverse. Look, there's the Dove, and it's the Seven of Pentacles. It's just what you have here. I just heard "let me down easy" in my head. You have Judgment here now in reverse. You may be kind of waiting for the right time because you feel like this person maybe not, they're not going to take this well. So again, maybe you're gradually trying to kind of separate your time or energy from them somewhat. I think that you see this person as this wouldn't be a good judgment call for you to make at this time to be with this person. I think that you also feel like if you leave your options open, that there may be something better for you out there. But for some of you, this is like you need some time to yourself before, and getting your own stuff together here before you kind of put yourself out there in some way. Okay. Yeah, the stars just came out in reverse, which is another repetitive message. See how they're opposite? See how yours are upright? And I'm asking how you see this person, and the clarifiers for them are the same cards in reverse. That's that Hanged Man that I'm talking about. And this is knowing that somebody's getting the wrong impression here. Or you're giving someone the wrong impression. Aquarius energy. All right, let's move on to this person. I know I went quiet here, but I just saw the Four of Pentacles again. Tell me about this person with the sun. Tell me about this person with the sun. Yeah, look at that, the Fool. There's just this repetitiveness that's here. Tell me about the Fool, clarify. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I really feel like this person's waiting for this opportunity here with you. Tell me about the Fool in reverse. There's not a lot to say about that because I'll just keep repeating myself, you know. Tell me about the Fool in reverse, the Moon in reverse. I think this person is starting to catch on, or you've already communicated something to them. If you've gone no contact, or if you've kind of distanced yourself, this person's getting worried about that. Tell me about the Moon in reverse. Pisces and Cancer there. Yeah, Ace of Wands. This person in their heart, in their feelings, this is somebody that is very excited. That, to be honest with you, this is going to be a like slap in the face to this person, because I feel like this is going to hit them all at once. And for some of you, and this won't be for everybody, but for some of you, I feel like that they're going to actually, you may have a new beginning somewhere else, and they may be, or they may just be wondering that if you are having a new beginning somewhere else, because there's something here that may be being revealed to this person, and I feel like it may hit them very hard because of what they want and what they're expecting. So they may start to feel like they were very naive in this situation, even if you were upfront with them. Tell me about strength for their actions. But so some of you, this feels like it's past energy, so tell me about strength. Yeah, you have the Knave. As I say, you may be naive. You have the Knave of Pentacles here, which is being patient for an offer. They're waiting for an offer from you. Tell me about, clarify that, please. Yeah, the Empress in reverse. This is someone that feels like they've been patient, and they deserve this too. They deserve some kind of offer here from you. They're dependent on this offer, though. I'm telling you, this person has everything on this opportunity with you. Tell me about how they see you with this Nine of Pentacles. They see you as abundant, independent, free, like you have everything that this person wants. You have a Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This person feels like that you can also provide or give to them in a certain way, so I would be careful of that. Like I said earlier, like this person sees you as their golden ticket. Even if they're a good person, they have emotions here, but they are seeing, like, especially if you have any resources, or you're just do really good for yourself with that Nine of Pentacles, they feel like you have a lot to offer them. Clarify that with that Six of Pentacles in reverse. I love this card with the owl. It's the Ten of Swords. This person also may feel like that they see you as someone that is better than them, or that you could be possibly giving to someone else. That's here too. I think this person questions that because the way they see you, they feel like that you could be, you choose someone else over them. Easily. Like you could easily choose someone else over them. Like you could hurt this person. That's how they see you. Tell me about what's going on in the connecting energies for this connection with the Hanged Man. What's the connecting energies? You have the High Priestess, Pisces, in reverse. There's where that silence, that's like breaking the silence. So it's just like when you don't really understand. You don't understand, you don't get it, it doesn't make sense. You're not seeing eye to eye. You're both in different, like, see things in different ways. Tell me, clarify that High Priestess here in reverse. The Knave of Wands in reverse. I feel like for some of you, you're thinking about perhaps messaging this person, or this person's thinking about, I think this could be on their side, them thinking about communicating with you or taking action towards you. So if you've promised this person something and it didn't play out, this person could be like, okay, well, I'll just come to you. That kind of energy is there. So they could be thinking about that. They could be wanting to. But they may mention that to you, or kind of, this feels like somebody that may just pop in on you. So I would just be aware of that. They feel like there's some things that you're not being honest or telling them, and it may have to do with you being involved with someone else. So popping in on you would be like that surprise visit. So that's something that's there. With that being said, I feel like that this High Priestess here in reverse with that Page of Wands in reverse, I think they're not going to like what you have to say. If they were going to pop up on you, I don't think that you'll be very happy with them. Or if they communicate something to you, I don't think that you're going to tell this person what they want to hear, and I think it's going to open the floodgate. You know what I mean? So tell me about the Four of Pentacles for the connecting emotions. The Knight of Swords. So this would be somebody holding back, taking action, and the other person holding on to someone taking action. I just heard if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. So like I said, this person may be feeling like they should just come towards you. So tell me about the Knight of Swords. Be careful about playing with this person. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that has a lot of determination. And this person sees you as, it doesn't get any better than that. And so this is someone that's really, like, emotionally, even maybe like physically, like in their head, like planning for your future together. Kind of energies are here, you know. So just be very, very sensitive towards this person as far as how you communicate to them and how upfront and honest you are. And set those boundaries when you need to. Because if you give them a little, they're going to take a lot. You know what I mean? So why is that Seven of Pentacles here? Yeah, the Emperor. That's what I just described. I think this person sees you like that. I think they see you as someone that maybe, there's a protective energy here too. There's also a little bit of codependency. So like somebody that feels like that you can provide for them in some way. So I'd just be careful of that. So you have the Empress here in reverse and the Emperor right next to it, upright. So again, Empress in reverse can come across as somebody that's very dependent. And so you should know that about this person. I mean, they're already doing it to you, and I don't feel like that y'all are even connected fully, you know what I mean? Or this is what happened with this person. But you have the Emperor here for the Seven of Pentacles. Tell me more about that Emperor. And the Two of Cups. So this is taking charge and making a decision here. Now that we're talking about actions, so I feel like that this person is just going to take action towards you. Because they really want this relationship here with you. And I think that they've waited here long enough, and I think that they feel like they need to take charge and take action towards you. How are you going to respond to that? Ooh, yeah, the Six of Wands in reverse. This is a letdown. They won't be successful here. This is not what you feel like this person's not recognizing what you want, and they're not acknowledging it. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You don't see potential here in this. Interesting. You have a King of Swords at the bottom of the deck and the Two of Wands. This is hard in the Eight of Wands to communicate this. That's why you maybe been putting it off. Yeah, the Three of Swords, because you don't want to hurt this person. Maybe you know this person. This is someone you've known for a long time, or you have a friendship with them or something like that, with the Six of Cups being in reverse. Or you know what they've been through, so you just don't want to hurt them more. Yeah, but I think you're going to speak your truth here. I think you're going to have to, because this person's going to take some kind of action here. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, though, whatever you haven't been saying or showing this person, I feel like all that's going to come out. You're going to be very clear and very authentic with this person and tell them exactly what you're thinking when it comes to this. Like, hey, we have history here, and I don't want to mess up the history we have. And this could be why you're not going towards this person. You don't want to mess up the friendship, but I don't want to hurt you here, but I'm going to have to distance myself because I don't want this is moving in a direction that I'm not wanting it to go. I already have too much going on or too much on my plate here, and I'm just trying to be honest here with you. With this liberation, that makes sense to me now. In this reading, I think that you are trying to free yourself. Interesting. So if you have distanced yourself from this person already, then, like, you've already done all that, then I feel like this person, they're just not taking it well. How's this? Okay, that just popped right out. This is the best representation of what I'm talking about. And the pictation of this card, the illustration shows two swans here, and swans mate for life. And like I kept saying, this person sees you as like their life partner. Being in reverse, though, with that Four of Cups, this is definitely, this person feels like this is going to mess this person up, I feel like, somewhat emotionally, because this is about self-awareness. And this person, this is going to be like a wake-up call to this person, because this is not what they thought or how they thought. This is like when you feel like God just sent you the person of your dreams, or the person that's going to help you through it all, or your life partner in some way, and then finding out that that person actually doesn't even want you. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot to take. That's a lot to take in. So, yeah, the Five of Cups, there it is. This person's going to be devastated here. This is about being very disappointed and upset and sad. The Five of Cups is one of the saddest cards there are. You like death in reverse. This person may keep doing this too. This is why it's important for you, I feel like, to set boundaries, because they may keep, this is someone that would remain hopeful or remain optimistic because they already are that way, but it's like to their detriment in this scenario. With the death being in reverse and that Five of Cups. It's like somebody that's always holding on to that resurrection or something going differently, but it's death. You can't, can't come back from that. You have that Two of Pentacles there at the bottom of the deck, which is about juggling. So if you've been juggling this person, I would say it's time for you to drop that ball. You know what I mean? All right. Yep, Queen of Wands is underneath that. So you may have somebody else in your energy, even for some of you. The Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups and the Chariot. You may be trying to move towards someone else. Some of y'all may be not in such, you may have pulled yourself away from this person because you have someone else that's sparked your interest. Or someone else that you want to move towards. Okay, tell me about what would this person say to you if they could say anything. Pile of 3, what would this person say? Soul contract. The lessons that I've learned from this will never be forgotten. So what's good about this is I feel like this is going to be a very important lesson for this person. It can help change them and have a learning this lesson here and not having these expectations or listening when someone says, you know, certain things to you and not going off of being optimistic or being hopeful or being in that fairy tale or dreamy kind of place. That could be a huge lesson for this person and help them to have a better life overall, you know, if they can learn this lesson. But I also feel like they have a soul contract here with you. And they do, you know, but it's not to the extent that they feel. I feel like I need that card too. Yeah, chemistry. I have never felt this passion before. Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. I think that's you. I think that they feel like that way with you. Because you feel really good in this person's energy. You give off the vibe of chemistry, of like, you may have good chemistry with this person, you know? So that might be very confusing. We have reveal here. I want to tell you the truth. So this person really wants to tell you how they feel. And to be honest with you, this person's growing. Emotions are growing here for you. The Runner. I don't want to run anymore. So this person, they may be coming towards you because I think that they want to like confess or open up to you. Because they feel you pulling away. So it's making them have that anxious attachment style of wanting to run or wanting to chase you because they feel this energy of you running away, you know, in some way. Unfinished business is here. We still have things to resolve and discuss. So this person feels like it's not over. Again, that's kind of that optimistic energy that I'm picking up on. Yeah, I just saw detached. So this person may feel like this feels like it can switch to anger very quickly. This person may feel like you played with them. You know what I mean? So it's just, if you don't drag this person along, that's just what I'm saying, because that technically is, I guess, playing with somebody. Okay, what would you say to this person if you could say anything? What would you say to this person? Overwhelmed. I'm stressing the stress from this is draining me. So you may already be in a place to where you got a lot going on. You have a lot of things on your plate. You have a lot of other situations in your life you're trying to take care of. And this is just like adding to it, you know? Whoa, okay. Damage. We're both hurting from this. Yeah, because I don't think that you want to hurt this person. But you see how he has his hand on his head, head on his head? She does too. I don't think that you want to upset or hurt this person. But it's like, you know, I already have so much stuff going on, and now I have to worry about hurting your feelings, you know, that kind of thing is, and not to be inconsiderate, but that's just kind of what this feels like. And disagreements. I wish you understood how I felt. Yeah. It's like you're trying to explain to this person. It's not that you don't feel the chemistry, you don't think about them, you know, like it's just not what you want. It's hard to explain that to somebody. You know, it's hard to tell somebody you're a great person and you have all these great qualities, but you're just not for me, or I can't be in a relationship right now. That's probably the best way someone can show that they care, is to be completely upfront and open and honest with you about that. But it's not always that easy, because if you really do care, if you see them as a good person, you definitely don't want to hurt somebody. Then that hurts, in turn it hurts you, right? So I wish that you understood how I felt. Tell me more about pile 3 and how they feel or what they would say to this other person. Holding back. I should have expressed myself better. That's what I'm about, what it was is you want. I feel like mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. So I feel like you would, if you could go back, you would, or if you could start over here, you would be more upfront about what this meant to you or what you want. We have values here. We have too many differences. The bottom of the deck says dishonesty. By lying, I ripped this apart. So you may have started this not being completely open with this person about what you were looking for. That, of course, won't resonate for everybody, but that is something that I see could be a possibility just because of where this has taken us. Okay, connecting energies. Let's do that, and then I'll read the advice. Tell me about the connecting energies for pile 3 when it comes to the thoughts. What are the connecting energies? Yeah, reciprocity. I want to have equal give and take. Yeah. And I just feel like that's like that hanged man energy. You both want different things, you know. Tell me about the connecting energies for pile 3's feelings, connecting energies. Reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. So there's a friendship that's here. And I said that on your part. Like you know that's there. You don't want to mess that up. Like you never wanted to mess that up. But I think this person just got the wrong impression from the beginning. Tell me about the connecting energies for the actions. Chaser. Like you got the runner-chaser dynamic here. I don't want to chase anymore. So again, that anxious attachment style, I feel like from your person or this person is really playing a role. Bottom of the deck says reflection. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So, inseparable. I feel like there's been some distance here off of your side. I feel like you're the one that's kind of pulled away. Which in turn makes this person want to chase. And I'm telling you, with this Emperor and the Two of Cups, this is somebody taking charge and going after a relationship, a connection. So I don't think that's going to be successful. If they have done that already, then this is someone that is in this chaser energy. So there you go. There's a that's confirmation. So I would really keep that in mind. Let's get some advice with liberation. Your card here. Okay, so sorry. Quick pause so I can get to this. So we're going to take a look at for advice on. We're going to read from the book what this says about the card that you chose. So this should be like overall how this kind of fits and ties into this reading. So let's see what kind of advice we can get from this, and then we'll get some initials. Raging waters, the one who cannot be caged, wildflower, the heart that is free. The liberated spirit is not one who has changed or is different now. They just stopped being everything that they're not. They stopped being who others wanted them to be, how the world said that they should be, and the free spirit calls you near. So you know how I said this person, you don't want to hurt them, you know? That's kind of what this is insinuating as far as not being what others want you to be. So this may be something that you're learning and something that you're having to grow with, is really not doing something just to please the other person and then that backfiring on you, but just being completely yourself, upfront and honest with sincerity so that you can get through this. And yes, it may hurt this person, obviously, because they're not getting what they want, but you also don't want to lead someone on either, or make things worse on them later, right? So I feel like you're doing the right thing. You're trying to do the right thing. Cage-free and unapologetic, they dance barefoot beneath the full moon, hair flying in the wind. They swim naked in the vast ocean, feeling big and small all at once. It doesn't matter who may be watching. It isn't for others. It's for the revival and invigoration of their own spirit. I didn't know if I could say that word out loud. It is to reconnect with the great goddess. The free spirit runs barefoot on endless fields of wildflowers and even wildfires. Following her bliss, chasing her passion, and listening to her intuition. Over all else, she values the freedom of her soul and cool, clear waterfall of what spirit has to bring her. Tears of gratitude fill her eyes with the deepest experiences, the fullness of her existence, appreciating the so muchness of it all. Pulling this card invites you to welcome more of this energy into your at this time. This is an irresistible freedom that comes from connecting to the part of the divine feminine. It is wild, unapologetic, and fearfully surrendered. It is unhinged, unfiltered, erratic, creative bliss, and we need it, or our soul cannot thrive. Our primal self needs to let out that loud yell every now and then. The wild animal within us must be allowed to break free. This is part of keeping a healthy soul. So one of the things that were coming through, I was channeling here while I was trying to read, and it made it a little bit more difficult, is this person here, with the energy that they're coming up in immediately, there's a very youthful, fun-loving, free, it's just like what your card describes. And that may be what is pulling you towards this person, is because that's the energy you want to be in. That's their energy, is the energy you want to be in, you want to feel. And I think things have been really heavy for you, and so that's why you were drawn to them to begin with. But that's what you're supposed to also be learning from this person, just not to their detriment. And that's also a lesson for them too, to not allow you to kind of take that side to them or that spirit of them away. And I feel like this person may be definitely overgiving, hoping for what they're going to get in return, despite what you're putting out or what you're actually saying to this person. So there's definitely some karmic things going on here. There's some big lessons that are going on here between the two of you. This is about what you want to take away from this, you know? And sometimes that takes a lot of time for us to understand what the takeaway is. Okay. All right, be a nice human, see? And you have the heart with the world. So you may be distant from this person. I pointed that out earlier. Maybe a long distance relationship even. This could also be about closure too. And we also have, we are what we believe we are. So, you know, you get something in your mind, whatever you're wanting, you know, and you're thinking about, and you have all this stuff going on in your subconscious, and your mind is making sense of that and creating it. And so this person's creating this storyline of what you are to them and the role that you're going to be playing in their life. And we all do that, you know, with everybody that we meet in a way. So we are what we believe we are. That's when you need to kind of step in and show and express of what your story is here. Just let me adore you. Also be careful of this person saying, oh, I totally understand. Like, I get it. I know, I understand, I get it. But they're still giving to you in a certain way. Because if you're still taking from someone that you know is feeling a certain way about you, you know, or you know is giving to you in excessive way, and you're still taking from them, then that, unfortunately, is where you're off balance. You know, you need to be able to say, no, that's not fair for me to do that, right? Stress less and smile more, and choose happy. So we have 3 E's right off the bat. Oh, no. I don't know why I just saw 3 E's. That's weird. Anyway, maybe 3 E's was important to somebody. You have 2 E's and an M, or a W, an A, an R, ear is right there, Hear me out. We have a Y, another A. Mary is right there. This person, I'm telling you, they look at you like you're marriage material for them. Christmas could be important here as well. You have a car right there as well. C, Z, M, or W, N, K, F, and I. Man is right there. Okay. I heard Carmen in my head. Camera. This person's like spying on you too, just so you know. FYI. This person's spying on you. Okay. All right, guys. I am going to leave you here. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support. I appreciate y'all, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.